Hello, everybody. This is the Carlitos Way here. I am back again with another podcast. It is episode 4, Voices of Brilliance from Tarrant County College.
What is the Carlitos Way?
The Carlitos Way, it's about motivation, never giving up on your dreams, always keep pushing yourself. And here was actually one quote I actually heard from a famous athlete yesterday. I don't get jealous, I get motivated.
Yeah.
And the Carlitos Way is about having it your way, just, always doing things your way and just never giving up.
Great. Sounds great.
Thank you. Follow me at The Carlitos Way on Instagram. My YouTube and TikTok is The Carlitos Way Official. No dashes, no periods. It's all together.
Here at Tarrant County College, we have so much great talent. Our guest, Retr0 the Comedian, is a great impressionist, voiceover talent. And my friend, let's hear it for Retr0 the Comedian.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here. Hey everybody, I am Retr0 the Comedian, but I go by Retr0 on social media, TikTok and Instagram. You can find me at Retr0 the Comedian, RETR0 the Comedian on TikTok and Instagram. And I do impressions. If you're wondering what kind, well, you're about to find out. I'm actually going to give you a taste of what I call the dynasty of what got started. So, and then, hi everybody, it's me Goofy. Hi there.
Well, hi, Goofy, what's going on, pal? Oh boy, it's me, Mickey Mouse. I'm Stitch, or Hannah, Miss Family. Oh.
Now, Carlos, there's an impression I do that people don't normally recognize. Have you ever heard of Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry.
He's known for the Medea character.
Oh, okay, yes, I know Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I can do that impression as well. Like,
Yes, I'm Medea. I'm glad to be here. Praise the Lord. Yes,
Tyler Perry is my muse.
Well,
He's like who I want to be like in the production world.
Somebody call Paw Patrol.
Retr0, how did you first get started doing impersonations?
That's a really good question. I first got started doing impressions when I was 14 years old. I was just, in middle school at the time. And all of a sudden, I discovered that I could do voices out of nowhere. I didn't practice. I didn't do anything. It just naturally happened. And the crazy thing is, Mickey Mouse was the first impression that I got started with. Like, one time I was just having lunch with my friends, and then all of a sudden it goes,
Well, hi, everybody. Oh, boy.
and then my friends are at the table, mouths open, like they couldn't believe what they just heard.
I'm pretty sure you probably have a ton of impressions. How many impressions do you do?
Well, honestly, that's a key to doing voices. So at the time when I was 14, I'm 21 now, I'll be 22 this year. I went from doing 5 to 6 impressions overall. Now I have characters, and then I started doing Medea, Tyler Perry's well-known character. But then I started thinking, why not venture off into doing celebrities and actors and other things? One of the voices that people requested me to do on TikTok was Denzel Washington. And I was like, okay, this is a challenge because I wasn't in my area of the time because I was just doing cartoons. But when I started getting into doing impressions like Denzel Washington, Kevin Hart, I was like, when doing Denzel Washington, you just got to act like a tough guy. It's like, shit, okay, all right. And with Kevin Hart, he's like, hey guys, listen, it's me, Kevin Hart. See, the problem is, first of all, I went to Walmart and Fruity Pebbles was on sale, which I didn't like. People were asking me to just, they love what I did, but they wanted me to expand more. They wanted me to be greater. So that took me as motivation to do more voices and just keep on going. And it paid off. I have 27.8K followers on TikTok. I'm doing very well, and everything's going good,
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
You have 27,000.8 followers
on TikTok.
That
Yes.
That deserves an award.
Well, yeah, I don't deserve it. Well, the Oscars are a pretty big one, but I'll take a cheeseburger if I win.
Oh, a cheeseburger. I got something better than that.
Oh boy.
What we got?
Ask me the next question.
All right. And the other question is it hard figuring out how to do impressions?
Yes, it is. I'm going to be very honest with you. It is hard doing voices because here's why, Carlos. Whenever I do a voice, it takes energy, time, and lung capacity.
Correct.
Because, okay, for example, if I'm doing Donal Duck, it takes a lot, especially, energy and time and lung capacity because Donal Duck is not an easy impression. Donal Duck is the hardest impression that I've had to do. Because doing Donald Duck is like,
What's behind here?
and it's hard to do that because it takes a lot of lung capacity. And some people ask me, does it hurt? Do I spit when I do it? Actually, no, none of that happens. But the hardest thing is, I encourage people, if they want to do what I do, get into impressions, I tell them, hey, you have to train your lungs, you have to train your vocal cords because that's what it really takes. When doing voice impressions, you have to use your vocals and do the voice the way it has to be. You can't change the voice of an impression. What you have to do is when you're doing impressions, you have to take the pitch, the tone, and the sound of the character's voice. And once you nail it, you've got the impression right there. That's why I encourage people who do voice impressions or want to get into this talent that I have, because my talent is God-given, and I thank God for it, for sure. But I encourage people to do the impression the right way and keep it original. Don't change it because it won't hit the same. I've seen people impersonate Tyler Perry's Medea character, and it hasn't been well received from their side. And when I see that, I encourage them to keep it original and don't keep it to where they feel like it can be funny in their perspective. If you're doing something like, for example, if you're impersonating Mickey Mouse or something like that, keep it original, and that's what will keep people's attention and keep them going and laughing for a long time. If you change it, they won't like it because some people like originality, but they also love creativity, but originality can take you a long way, and I learned that with doing impressions and being a comedian. So, Carlos, I heard you do impressions as well. How's that going for you? And what impressions can you do?
I do some impersonations. Yeah, I used to do a lot of impersonations. Me and my brother, we used to these impersonations just for fun. We even make them up too. I used to remember that song from singer LMAO is the name.
Limvo, I think.
Yes, and I remember the song called "Sexy" and I Know It. And I made a remake. I'm Batman and I know it. I used to remember that. And I used to remember back in elementary school, I was wearing a Batman shirt, and then one of my friends asked me, "Hey, do you like Batman?" I was like, "Yeah, I like Batman." And then I was doing a funny impersonation. I told him the song, "I'm Batman and I know it," and he just kind of laughed a little bit.
Well, actually, I'm glad you mentioned Batman because there's an impression that I do that people just go crazy over. Rest in peace. I have to say it that way because it's a respectful thing to do. Rest his soul, Heath Ledger.
Wow.
He was honestly one of the greatest Jokers of all time besides Jack Nicholson. And when I do Heath Ledger's Joker, I have to get into character. But, it's kind of sad what happened with him, with Heath Ledger. And I just, I feel like if I keep the Joker original, it will impact his legacy greater. Because when I do the Joker, it's all about getting into character. There's a difference. You want to know how I got these scars? Well, my father was a fiend, and you have to get into full character, and you have to get the breathing technique down. That's where lung capacity comes in when doing impressions, because every character has their own pros and cons, and you have to put both of those in while you're doing the impression, because if you don't, you miss one calculation, boom, you mess up right there.
Wow.
Yep.
I have to ask real quick, and we can edit this out later, but I have to have permission to videotape you and take pictures with my meta glasses.
It's perfectly fine. Yes, you
Awesome.
can.
And do I have permission from you too, Mr. Carlitos?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Okay.
right. All right. That'll be
Great.
$25.
We always give our guests a little gift.
Oh.
And since I mentioned that you needed a reward for all those dang followers, I always give gifts from me.
Oh, wow.
Things that I own that mean something to me.
That's
And
lovely.
we just want to thank you for. But anyway, I do not know if you like sports at all.
Oh, hey, you're talking to a Los Angeles Rams fan, Toronto Raptors fan.
Okay.
You're talking to a sports fan over here.
Okay. So I have a collection of baseball cards.
Oh, now you're talking.
Okay. And I have a whole sheet
Wow, that is
of
awesome.
Ken Griffin Jr. baseball
Oh,
cards.
that is awesome.
Even one of his vintage cards from his rookie year right
That
there.
is awesome.
Those
That
are
is
yours
cool.
to keep, to sell. If you ever get to a point where you need to eat, go get those sold somewhere.
Oh,
But
wow.
I have
That
no
is
idea of the value. They just came out of my book. But they meant something to me. I've been holding on to them for a lot of years.
I will gladly take this token. Yes.
And I'd also like to take this time to thank Carlos LAMA-COLON for his participation in this podcast. This is his podcast. It has been my great privilege. It's my great privilege to help you find your voice and to help you with this podcast. And I want
yeah.
to give you a gift of the year to being the most, to making the most impact in my life this year. You are my homie.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that is awesome. That is
Wow.
so cool. Wow.
This is a collector's item, and it's my last one.
Wow, that is amazing.
And if you read the description of him, you can, it's very small.
Mr. Reza.
You read that because it's kind of descriptive of who you are.
Yeah.
Says Mr. Reza is cool in personalities, but very passionate about his cultural heritage. He has a degree in Chicano studies, Latin American and pre-Columbian history. He has read everything ever written on Chicano studies, Chicano poetry, and art. He is poetry.
Let me see that.
I don't have time to read that word.
Let me bring out my glasses as a magnifying. Oh, yeah. Politically aware.
Wow.
And tries to educate the homies and encourage them to go to school and become educated and work to change the world.
Wow, that is awesome.
That's really
That is
nice.
amazing.
He's actually pretty cool.
So, Retro, what do you hope to do professionally with this great talent? And do you ever perform locally?
You know, that I get that question a lot, and I figure that as an inspiring and motivational question, to be honest with you. You know, I'm 21 years old, and I tell people, yes, I am going to keep this talent going. It's not something I do just for fun. This is my God-given talent, and I will use it to glorify and honor him, and not for my own gain, not for, you know, somebody else's good. One thing I know is that God does things and lets things happen for a reason, and God gave me this gift for a reason. I'm not going to question him why, because he does things for a purpose, and this gift is not only my gift, but it's also my calling, because, you know, I tell my parents, you know, God didn't give me this gift for no reason, and they tell me he gave it to you for a purpose. My parents are my biggest motivators. You know, my parents love what I do. You know, one time I was doing my impressions, my mom and dad were cracking up at family functions.
I bet they do that a lot.
Well, at family functions, my family, my aunts and uncles asked me to do it. My little nieces and nephews, they asked me to do it too. COVID came. I was on the break of doing that, but I decided to do an alternative. I decided to get paid by doing voiceovers, voice recordings, and stuff like that. And people would pay me to come to their TikTok lives and give performances, doing stand-up. And I would tell jokes and do voices at the same time. And perform locally, yes, I would like to perform in the Dallas Fort Worth area for sure. I would like to, yeah, it would definitely be an honor to do that. And I think it'd be cool just to travel and perform in different places. If I got to do stand-up comedy in church, I'll do that too. So Carlos, let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
We've been friends a long time. So how did you feel when you first met me and you heard my voices, and how do you feel now?
No, I'd say like when I first met him, like, okay, this guy seems cool. He can dress. He can do impersonations. Like, okay, that's,
He can dress.
yeah. I see you rocking, the Jordans, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Too bad I wasn't floating.
Yeah, and then also, I heard you on the impersonations. One time, like I was by the vending. I remember the story when we met. It was by the vending machines, and I heard you like in a Donald Duck.
Yeah, that's right.
Donald Duck
Yeah,
impersonation.
that's
I'm
right.
like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. And then and then ask you how I used to remember watching WWE. Bray Wyatt, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Yeah.
And I used to remember, I gave you an idea, maybe about doing impressions for the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Carlos, let's do something fun, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Let's draft WWE superstars, male and female, and let's do it NBA style. So we're going to have a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and our center, all right?
Yes,
So you're going to be Raw, and I'm going to be SmackDown. So for my first pick for my point guard, let me get, you know what? Give me Bailey for my point guard. I think she's got the reins for that.
not bad. I like Billy. She's cool.
Yep.
And for me, it's her brutality, Rhea Ripley.
Oh, man, that's a phenomenal pick, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? For my second pick, for my shooting guard, give me EO Sky.
Not bad. I could
Yeah.
see. Well, but be ready for this one.
What? Who's your
My
shooting guard?
It'll
Who's it?
be Dakota Kai.
Oh, wow. You're doing some damage control there. For my third pick, for my small forward, give me Charlotte Flair.
Woo!
Woo! With a nature boy.
And then for me, for my small forward, give me Bianca Belair.
Oh, the ESC. Oh, that's a good pick. Okay. For my fourth pick, for my power forward, honestly, you know what? Give me Shotzi. I think she's got a good shot. Give me Shotzi, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Who's your power forward?
My power forward, give me. Did I say? Oh, sorry, I did say Bianca Belair. Give me Liv Morgan.
Oh, that's a good one. You know what? I got you on this one. For my center, my fifth pick, give me Nia Jax.
Uh-oh. No, get ready to see this one.
What?
She eliminated Nia from the Rumble. Give me Jade Cargill.
Oh, man. Oh, you got me on that one. You totally got me there. Okay, now let's do the male superstars. So for my point guard, my first pick, give me, you know what? I'm going to switch it up this time. Give me LA Knight.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
let me talk to you.
Okay, are y'all doing voiceovers or what are you doing? Are you gambling?
No, there's no money on this. So who's your point guard for your first pick? I got LA Knight for mine.
Everybody knows where I'm going for number one.
Oh
for my
no,
point guard.
please don't.
Yep.
No.
Singing his song. Give me Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, come on, dude. You really have to.
Burn it
Okay.
down.
For my second pick, my shooting guard, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna take Rey Mysterio.
619, not bad.
Oh yeah. Take Rey Mysterio.
Yep. And for me, give me the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
Oh man,
No.
that's a dangerous pick right there.
This is actually a good tag. Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, freaking phenomenal.
Oh,
That's a good
that's
tag
funny.
team.
Okay, for my small forward, you know what? I'm about to sting with some venom. Give me Randy Orton for a small forward.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm cooking now.
And for me, give me Kevin Owens.
for your small forward, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for my power forward, let me. You know what? I'm gonna take a risk here. Give me. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna take John Cena.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Borrowing your charger for me.
Okay, but
It's okay. Edit.
Oh.
It's okay.
All right. Well, this guy's beaten Cena in the past. Give me the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, for your power forward? Oh, that's
Yes, sir.
easy. Okay, for my center, you know what? My center's a beast. Give me Brock Lesnar.
He's not WWE anymore.
Huh?
Yeah, he's out of WWE now.
Well,
I mean, we can still take him though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, who's
Hey,
your
what
center?
about The Rock?
Oh yeah, of course. Everybody should smell what this
He's
is
the
cooking.
president
The
now.
Rock.
You
He's the
gave him the win. How could you?
What advice would you give Retro to aspiring comedians and impressionists and voiceover talent like yourself?
The advice I would give is, especially to younger people and kids, are don't give up on your dreams or don't give up on yourself. And if you believe in God or, anything like that, I encourage you to keep him first and, thank you. Yeah. I encourage yourself. Keep God first. That's one thing I can say. Even if you're not religious, I still encourage you to keep your head up and don't give up on yourself or anything, because anything is possible. Don't doubt yourself. Stop hate, stop bullying, stop racism, stop all of that, because we are all the same. We are all loved ones and we are all people. It doesn't matter even if we have the same skin color, we are still people at the end of the day. There's no difference between any of us. Yes, we may have different cultures and different ways of life, but we are still all human at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. How about you, Carlitos? What about somebody who's aspiring to start their own podcast?
I'm just hoping for anybody who just wants to do big things in the future. Maybe it's after high school or after college, or anything they want to do in life. Is once you have your eyes on that dream and you start walking towards it, don't hit the brakes. Just keep walking. Just never give up on it.
No
Yeah.
matter what.
Yes.
Yeah. Carlos, while we have time, I'm gonna do something fun here. So, Amy, Carlos, I wanted to get y'all's opinion on fast food and how was it greater and how has it gotten worse? Because that's funny.
As long as you do impressions and voiceover stuff, funny stuff with us at the same time.
Oh, don't worry, I got you.
Okay.
One time I went to Burger King and they gave me chicken fries, but they were spicy, and I said,
Yo, what's the
I got so. And the lady at the drive-thru, she was like, "Oh my God, you're Donald." I said, "No, my name's not Donald. It's Retro."
Where'd you get the name Retro?
Honestly, there's a video game called Watch Dogs 2, and the character's name is Marcus Holloway, and he goes by Retro. He's in a group called DeadSec. They're a group that stands up against they protest against racism, corruption, anything like that has a cancer in our world. They protest against it, and he went by Retro, and he's African American, and what inspired me to get that name is that he wanted to make a difference and make a name for himself, and that's exactly what I want to do, and that's what inspired me to get that name.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, we overall, both Carlos and I are neurodiverse. We both have autism and
Yes.
ADHD. And
I actually have ADD and ADHD myself.
Okay.
Yes. So I understand. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Welcome to the club.
Do I need an ID to get in or something?
But because of that,
Yes.
I wanted to announce to everybody that my YouTube channel is Amy's Friends 1997, and that on YouTube, Amy's Friends 1997, and there's a purpose for the name and the year, but I'll share that later. That is the place on YouTube for us where I'd like to produce other students' work, like podcasts, videos, music, things like that. Help them find their voice through media.
That is amazing.
In whatever way. And as long as I'm here on campus at Tarrant County College, Northeast Campus, that's how I would like to spend my time. That's my moral compass. I want to help people.
Yeah.
I'd like helping one person at a time. And I would like that ripple effect to happen. And just like Carlitos here, he really is a breath of sunshine, to me every day.
He is very cool.
And to a lot of people. And now that we're letting the world know about you and your great characters and everything, I do have another question for you.
Yeah.
Retro. You said that you do some human impressionists,
Yeah,
but
that's right.
do you also puppeteer?
Yeah, actually, I've got into using puppets, and I currently have one of my own characters, Grandpa Willie, and he's an elderly black man he's basically one of those grandpas that thinks he still got it. That's the funny part. And I actually have the custom voice for him, actually.
And tell us.
And he sounds just like this. He's like,
Yes, I'm Grandpa Willie, and I don't care at all. Just take me to Taco Bell. I'm okay.
and then like Uncle. One thing about Grandpa Willie is that he has a brother named Earl, and Earl doesn't like Willie. He gets on his nerves. And one time I did a little skit where Grandpa Willie splashes Earl with some water, and Earl says, "I ain't got time for this no more." So yeah, it's fun doing custom voices. And I made up my own character named Jay. Jay is a guy who pretends to be a surfer. He thinks he's a surfer, but the truth is he's really scared of water. Jay is like, he's like this. He's like, dude, just calm down and feel the waves, man. But the truth is, he's scared of water.
Oh, yes. And also, I also like to share my side of impersonations too. Because I really want to show to Batman because I'm a really huge mark of Batman.
Go ahead.
I love Batman.
Sounds good with me. Go ahead.
Yeah. Joker, give up the ice cream. You're not going to eat it. It's supposed to be for the civilians, not you.
Actually, hey, I'm going to one up you here. I'm going to do the Penguin. He's a
Okay.
I'm Oswald Cobblepot, and I'm Penguin. Hey, Bruce Wayne, it's me, Oswald. Listen, I've got a revelation, mate. I've got everything. Yeah.
Can you also do voices for characters if someone gives you a picture of a drawing of a new character?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. If you give me a picture of a dog, outside of Scooby-Doo, if you give me a picture of a dog, I can make a voice instantly like,
yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. According to my dog calculations, yeah, you're 100% bark, but no bite.
How about this person right here?
oh, wow, yeah, that's easy. Hold on.
Now listen here. I want to let you know something. You think you know power, but you have no idea. I have been ruling over here for nearly a decade, but you walk in here thinking you're Mr. Big Shot. I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a student on campus who I met today.
Wow.
And
that's
her
awesome.
name is Demayan Wing.
Wow.
That's her Instagram.
That is awesome.
She's an artist, and she's also
That
in
is
the
amazing.
radio, television, and film production degree program.
That is awesome.
Isn't that? And I just showed him a picture
Yeah, that
of
is awesome.
her business card. So
That is awesome.
that's amazing
Yeah.
that you can do that.
Yeah. So, Carlos, before we close, should we do another draft?
Yes, sir.
Do another draft, and then I'm going to have y'all do some music, and then we're going to close it out.
All right.